right, did everyone think about a prediction? The art project. Got some good things rolling around in your brains, your big brains. Okay, so for this week we're going to talk about problem and solution. We've talked a lot about fictional stories. We've talked about, movies that have a problem and solution. We talked about Shrek. The problem in Shrek was Fiona was hidden up in a castle and Shrek had to find her, and then Fiona wouldn't admit that she was an ogre, and Shrek, she finally admitted, and they got married later on. So in fictional stories you have a problem that happens and then steps to solve the problem, then you have a solution. So listen to me read this, and then we're going to do some activities with that tomorrow, but you will have an assignment on Schoology, and I'll tell you what that is at the end of this. So the art project. You got cutie patootie kids. Central question, how can we protect the earth? Read to find out about saving Earth's resources. Look, the community center is having an art contest, said Grace. She was holding a flyer. Mrs. Simon read the flyer aloud. Everyone agreed they would like to enter the art contest. Mrs. Simon said, our classroom supply of art materials is low because it's the end of the school year. I'll check with Mrs. Rice to see what she has. Mrs. Rice, the art teacher, didn't have any art materials. I won't be getting a supply until next year, she said. The whole class was disappointed. How can we enter the art contest without materials? Asked Grace. I am sensing that the problem is something like that. Maybe we can raise some money. We could have a bake sale, suggested Hal. I don't think there's time, Mrs. Simon said. Let's use the paper in the recycling bin, Pablo said. Pablo did not often raise his hand. He rarely spoke up, so everyone was surprised when he offered an idea. So Pablo said, let's use the paper in the recycling bin. Hal said, I'm curious about your idea. Hal said, I'm curious about your idea. I want to learn why you would use old paper. So we can save Earth's resources, replied Pablo. When we use recycled paper, we use natural materials and save trees. We can also use this old string and those wire hangers, added Grace. Now the class had to decide what to do with the materials. Pablo had another idea. We can fold the paper into cranes. Then we can attach the cranes to a frame and make a mobile. Mrs. Simon taught the children how to fold the paper into cranes. Then everyone helped attach the cranes to the mobile. Smart idea. On the day of the art contest, the paper crane mobile hung in the enormous community center room. The huge space was crowded with art projects. From far off, the class spotted their project. The crane mobile swayed gently as people walked past. From a distance, the paper cranes appeared to be softly flying. The judges checked each art project. They looked closely at the crane mobile. The paper crane mobile won the prize for the most creative use of materials. As the class proudly accepted their prize, they could not stop grinning. Grace exclaimed, "We made our art project and we saved the earth at the same time." So I think I figured out the problem, and of course we just heard the solution. So we'll talk more about problem and solution tomorrow. We have our lesson. But today for Schoology, I want you to think about a way that you can help the earth. So I want you to write a paragraph. I'm going to give you the topic sentence. I can help the environment by, and you can tell me some ideas to help the environment, and then have a closing sentence. So I'll give you the first sentence, you add in 3 details, and then your closing sentence. Okay? All right, I'll see you soon.